What's going on, Stim Junkies? High Stim Ace here. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. It's been a couple of days and honestly, it feels like a lifetime. I missed each and every one of you guys. I hope you had an amazing holiday season. And yes, I am officially back here to do my seventh, yes guys, my seventh list of the year. We are doing a total of 9 lists, the top 9 lists of 2024. 6 of them are already available. I'm going to link them down below. I'm going to pin the comments so you can check those out in case you haven't kept up to date with the channel. But I was dealing with a crazy cold and congestion. My voice is still not back to being 100%. I am dealing with a little bit of irritation, so I'm going to try to speed through this video a little bit, not going to dwell too much. I know I tend to ramble a lot. That's just how it is, guys. I got a lot of shit to say. But with that being said, today we're going to go over the top 15 medium stim pre-workouts of 2024. And yes, guys, don't worry. The high stim pre-workouts list is coming. That is going to be the final video, which I will be releasing on New Year's Eve. We got one more video before then. But here, we're going to do something a little bit different because a lot of times people don't want to be hopped up, right? Not everybody is crazy like High Stim Ace and a lot of you guys watching this video here. So this here is a list of pre-workouts that are suitable to take up to, let's say, 3 times a week, maybe 4 if you're a lunatic like me, but definitely not on that crazy, borderline illegal, insane, over-the-top level, but maybe a couple of notches below. So without further ado, guys, let's roll that intro and let's get to it. Gotta let it burn. Okay, guys, so we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get straight to it. At number 15, we got USP Labs Jack 3D. And this one back in the day was really iconic, and it had a little bit of extra sprinkled in there. The original DMAA pre-workout, and no longer has the DMAA, but the current version does have a nice, clean form of DMHA, and it hits just right. You could take 1, 2, 3 scoops, but honestly, 2 scoops is the perfect middle ground. It also gives you 30 servings, which leads me to believe that is the intended serving size. It hits very nicely, but for a DMHA pre-workout, it doesn't get you too hopped up. It doesn't get you too spaced out. It hits just right. Good, clean source of energy and stimulation. Good mood elevation. Great energy. Solid pump, surprisingly. Minimalist label. Gets the job done. Number 15, Jack 3D, the current version from USP Labs. At number 14, we got the newest hitter from KG Labs known as Pyre. I did review this one for the channel. Really enjoyed it. I like the happy buzz that this one provided. The nice uplift in mood. Gives you a great mood elevation. Gives you a productive kind of energy, but nothing crazy like the other KG Labs products like Smash AMF or Oxymelt. Those are going to be on the high stim list. You better believe it, okay? But this one here is a couple of notches below. Gives you a great floaty feeling. They claim DMHA, but with KG Labs, you never know what's really up. The labels might as well be thrown in the garbage, but it's a great experience. It's smooth, it's clean, it tastes pretty good, it gets the job done, and it is a very enjoyable and productive experience. So it gets the number 14 spot here on the list, KG Labs Pyre pre-workout. At number 13, we actually have 2 pre-workouts which are kind of interchangeable, and the 2 pre-workouts on here are the all-new and reformulated hybrid from Kilo Labs, as well as their Supreme pre-workout. And these pre-workouts are actually very similar, which is why they kind of share the number 13 spots. Unfortunately, our good friends over at Kilo Labs had to reformulate it. The FDA went after them pretty hard, and they had to come up with an alternative. So they reformulated, they took out the good 2-amino, the good synthetic lead, made yum-yums that we know and love, and they put in Genesis, Alpha-Yo, and a couple of other nootropics. The Supreme pre-workout definitely feels a little bit more of a nootropic kind of experience, gives you a little bit more of that focus, dialed in experience, but it's more kind of in the background. The hybrid hits a little bit harder, but still not a crazy over-the-top experience. You could take either pre-workout 3-4 times a week, no issues whatsoever. They did also just drop their Stim Thugga pre-workout, which I haven't gotten to try yet because I've been sick and I have a lot of stuff I got to catch up on. So I will be trying that one in early 2025 and reviewing it for the channel, but you can't go wrong with the all-new reformulated hybrid as well as the all-new Supreme from Kilo Labs. At number 12, we got our good friends from Dark Labs to thank for this one, and this here is their Crack Diamond exclusive European release pre-workout. And this one here had a lot of hype when it came out. I gave it a very positive review. I really enjoy this one, and it is a very solid experience. It's a notch below the typical Dark Labs experience, right? You know more or less what to expect when it comes to Dark Labs, but this one here is a little bit more chill, and I do think it has to do with the canna that's in there. It kind of offsets the stimulatory effect. It definitely gives you a nice buzz and good clean energy, but it's kind of a chill experience. And what I find with this one is that there isn't really a crash in the end, but it kind of tapers down and you feel very, very relaxed after the workout, maybe a little bit too relaxed. So you could take this one 3 times a week at space a day in between. There are no issues in here. That is if you could find it, because this one did come out in Europe only. I think NutriCartel had a couple of units and they sold out almost instantly. So I don't even know if you're able to get this one or not, but if you're able to get your hands on it, it's a really solid option and it takes the number 12 spot here on the list. At number 11, we got newcomer Scary Hours, and this here is their limited edition Scary Hours pre-workout. And yes, I am talking about the limited edition. They have the sour gummy flavor, and I think they have the gummy fish flavor that comes in the purplish tub. I did get the sour candy flavor, really, really liked it. And it was a big, big step up from the core pre-workout that they released earlier in the year. I gave it a decent review for the original version, but it didn't quite smack the way I wanted it to, the way I was led to believe that it would. But you best believe that they came punching hard and swinging with the updated version. It hits a little bit harder. Actually, it hits a lot harder, but it's still very maintainable. It's not like one of those crazy Dark Labs experiences where it takes you to a different stratosphere. You get a good buzz on this one. Definitely nice head buzz. Good clean energy, good stim package in here, but it's very manageable. You're still very much in control, and it's a good experience overall. I really like it. As a matter of fact, it's here on the shelf right next to me, so it made it on the High Stim Ace shelf, okay? It should tell you everything you need to know. So at number 11, we got the limited edition version of Scary Hours pre-workout. At number 10, we got Cannibal Foox from Chaos and Pain. And boy, do I love this one. This is definitely an Alpha Yo hitter, so if you guys are sensitive to Alpha Yo, maybe steer clear of this one, but it's such a good, clean, productive, energy-driven kind of pre-workout with a good little background buzz. Not too crazy in the buzz department, but it's going to have you focused. It's going to get you zoned in, give you good, clear energy, a good focus, a good goal-oriented kind of focus, and it's going to really get you on that next level. I think it has like 2 or 2.5 milligrams of Alpha Yo. I did go through my tub. I finished it. Love that freaking product. The pineapple flavor is absolute fire. Tastes so good. Hits in about 15 minutes, and you're going to be hopped up on this one. I really love it, and for you Alpha Yo enthusiasts, such as High Stim Ace, get yourself some Chaos and Pain Cannibal Foox. You're going to thank me, guys. This one here is really, really good. And speaking of Alpha Yo hitters, we can't have a complete list without mentioning my good friends over from Insane Labs for their Psychotic Saw pre-workout. This one actually last year did make it to my top 10, I think it was, pre-workouts of 2023. We've come a long way, guys. Last year we did just 1 list. We're doing 9 this year. So if anything, guys, give High Stim Ace a big like on this video for coming on here with half my voice being gone and giving you the best damn content here on the internet, okay? You guys are not going to get better content anywhere. But with that being said, Psychotic Saw is my favorite iteration of Psychotic. They have numerous versions of Psychotic. You got the Psychotic Hellboy, which really, really slaps. You got the Psychotic Gold, which is just a classic, really smoother kind of experience, very balanced, great pumps. You got the OG Psychotic with the red lit, right? That one hits really nicely, but something about the Psychotic Saw comes together so nicely. And if you guys do like the Alpha Yo, then you're going to love this one. I don't know exactly how much Alpha Yo is in here, but it feels like 2.5 milligrams, so definitely be ready for it. You can pair it with their Bloodbath Pump pre-workout, which also is freaking amazing. It did make it on my top pump pre-workouts list of 2024. That one's incredible. It does come in unflavored, so you can take your 2 scoops of unflavored to get in the ultimate pumps and get yourself hopped up and zoned in. You could take this one 3-4 days a week and it hits just right each and every time. So get yourself some Psychotic Saw, guys. You're going to thank High Stim Ace. And coming in at number 8, we got Toxic Masculinity Nutrition Conqueror. And here's the interesting thing. This one here is marketed as their everyday use kind of pre-workout, right? Which I think is very, very misleading. They do have their Pillager High Stim pre-workout, which a little birdie told me is actually going to be tweaked and updated for 2025. So we're going to see if we can get ourselves a tub of that one. I'll drop the review for you guys, but I love their Pillager. Great high energy, high stim kind of pre-workout that feels very clean. But the Conqueror, which is their daily, meaning something you're supposed to be able to take 4, 5, 6 days a week, I wouldn't call it a daily. I would definitely put it in the medium stim category for one reason. And that one reason is DMBA. This pre-workout has hemp citrate in it. Not a crazy high amount. I think it was 100 or 150 milligrams, so not a crazy amount. But hemp citrate, I find, really, you build a tolerance to it very quickly, even quicker than DMAA or DMHA. So you're really ultimately doing yourself a disservice if you're taking this every day, because by day 3 or 4, you're not going to feel that buzz anymore. So it's really not worth it. You could take it 3 days a week with no issue, space a day in between, and you're going to have ultimate amazing experience with this one. Great mood elevation on this one, crazy focus, and a good buzz to boot. So got to give them that spot to my good friends over at Toxic Masculinity Nutrition for their Conqueror pre-workout. At number 7, we got Vices and Vibes Smack V2. Yeah, guys, this one here is freaking incredible. And what I like about this formula is that they reduce the dosage of caffeine, so it's way less caffeine than you would get in a typical medium or high stim pre-workout. I forgot how much caffeine's in there. I think it comes in around 300 milligrams, but they really up the oriogenesis in there. They threw in some nootropics and some other stimulants, and they really let those other stimulants shine and create a nice, unique experience. This one's a creeper. It takes a while for it to build up, and you're not going to really start reaping the benefits until about the 30-35 minute mark. But when that Araya is going to hit, you're going to have such a floaty head high, good clean energy, very productive, and it's going to last a while. And it's going to last even beyond your workout, giving you a good floaty head high as you're walking home from the gym and reflecting on the epic session you had. They also just released their new flavor, their lemonade flavor, which I will be trying soon and reviewing for you guys, giving you a quick up-to-date review. The version I had was the pink Star Blast flavor, which was really good as well, but I'm going to try that new flavor really soon. You guys can pick it up at NutriCartel.com. Definitely check this one out, coming in at the number 7 spot. At number 6, we got a pre-workout that I haven't heard anybody talking about this year. I think the only person on YouTube that reviewed this pre-workout, and it kind of blows my mind because this is such a good freaking product and it really deserves the recognition. So we're going to put it in its proper spot right here, giving it the number 6 spot on the list. And the product I'm talking about is sitting right there behind me, AoL Nutrition Timecop V3. Oh boy. I love this freaking pre-workout. I did like V2. V2 actually hit a little bit harder, if I'm being honest, to really give you an illicit tunnel vision kind of feel, despite the fact that it had no illicits in it, by the way. But it is essentially a mix of their overtime nootropic, which did get the number 1 nootropic on the High Stim Ace list of 2024 nootropics. And it also mixes in their hooligan bare knuckle. So you're getting the crazy pumps and vascularity. You're getting that crazy illicit nootropic feeling pre-workout, and it makes for an amazing package. So V2 was good, but I had 2 issues with V2. Issue number 1, the flavor. Can't get around it, guys. This goes back to the old school of pollen flavors, and back then, the flavors weren't all that great. They've come a long way since then, but I'm telling you, that V2 was rough. So that was the main issue. And the number 2 issue that I had with V2 was the 1 gram of lion's mane. Now, I love lion's mane up until 750 milligrams, but for some reason, dosed at 1 gram with all the other stimulants in there, it really upset my stomach numerous times, by the way, not just the one time I tried it, numerous times. So for me, the exclusion of lion's mane in version 3 made all the difference. They still had the heavy dose of nootropics. The pumps are freaking ridiculous, and the flavor is really good. I think it just comes in the peach iced tea flavor or the lemon iced tea flavor, whatever it is, but it tastes really good. Still has a little bit of that earthiness, but it goes down much easier. It hits really nicely, gives you a great buzz, and it's an overall amazing package. And there's no DMHA in there, so you can take this one 3 days a week, no issues. You're going to love it. You're going to be pumped. You're going to be swole. You're going to be juicy. You're going to be high, and you're going to feel great. All right, guys, we're officially up to the top 5 medium stim pre-workouts of 2024. I just had to pause the video for a second and go cough a lung out in the other room, so I apologize for my voice, guys. I'm still getting over this crazy congestion, but we're going to finish strong, guys, because that's what we do here on the channel. At number 5, we got Anarchy Labs Jawan pre-workout, and this one was inspired by a Bollywood hit that I haven't seen yet. I do plan on watching it eventually. Robik's a big fan of cinema, and he does watch foreign movies as well, so he told me Jawan is good. I'm going to check it out. But this pre-workout here is essentially being referred to, unofficially anyway, as Assassin Junior or Assassin Light. It is their budget-friendly option. I think it's about $45, which is great value for money. It hits really, really nicely, but not quite as hard as something like a Ronin or a Mad World from Anarchy Labs. So it's a notch below, maybe 2 notches below, but it's clean feeling. It gives you a great blend of aggression and mood elevation, and the pumps are surprisingly great on this one. So it's a great option, and it's affordable. So you guys can't go wrong with this one. At number 5, we got Anarchy Labs Jawan pre-workout. At number 4, we got Dust X coming in from Blackstone Labs, and I am wondering where the hell has this pre-workout been my entire life. Unfortunately, I didn't get in touch with Blackstone Labs until just a couple of months ago. They've been super generous, sending me a lot of products here to review. Great people. Give them a follow on Instagram, guys. Blackstone Labs, great people over there in that company. But I freaking love the Dust X. It claims DMHA on label. Whether it's DMHA or Jugglin's Reject Extract, I can't tell you guys, but what I could tell you is that this is such a great experience. It's such a clean, and I can't emphasize the word clean enough. It is a clean experience. It is a well-balanced stim package, good mood elevation, good energy, sustainable. It lasts for a long time. The buzz you get on this one lasts way past the workout, and it doesn't feel crazy cracked out like some of the other hitters we have from companies like Dark Labs or whatever. I know I'm picking on Dark Labs a lot today, but a lot of these crazy illicit DMHA hitters, sometimes you can feel a little bit too cracked out, and sometimes it can even be detrimental in the workout itself. So this one does not do that. It puts the workout first and the buzz as secondary. It is a good product. It is clean. Did I say clean, guys? I feel like I haven't said clean enough. It tastes really good, goes down easy, surprisingly solid pumps, but you can pair your own pumps on this if you really want to get jacked and swole, and it really checks off every box. It's a great product, and it's made by a great company, but very good people over at Blackstone Labs, and it earns the number 4 spot here on the list. At number 3, we got a pre-workout that will always be in High Stim Ace's stash, no matter what. I always keep a seal tub on hand because this one here is amazing. It is super affordable. It is super consistent, and that is the key word here, consistent. And what I'm talking about at number 3 is Edge of Insanity from Psychopharma. Guys, if you like Alpha-O the way High Stim Ace does, then you have to have this one in your rotation. You have to. It's an absolute must. It is the most consistent pre-workout here on the list. It will smack you upside the head each and every time you run it, no matter what. Even if you guys ran it a week in a row, it's still going to hit you the same each and every time. It is a minimalist label, maybe 10 ingredients on label. It's got citrulline malate as the pump base, which for me is more than enough. I think it's like 6 or 8 grams, but it gets the job done. It is a great, versatile pre-workout, very energy and focus driven, and you get this buzz that comes from the Alpha-O. It is probably some of the most well-sourced Alpha-O on the market. It hits super nice. It is very clean. It is very aggressive. So if you guys are not used to Alpha-O, definitely start off with half a scoop or 3/4 to assess your tolerance. But if you guys do love Alpha-O and you love riding the dragon, then this one here is a must-have. No questions about it, guys. You have to have this one in your rotation. I love it. It's clean. It's freaking delicious. The flavors are so good, and it is super consistent. It's going to hit you each and every time, give you great energy, no crash. After about 3.5, 4 hours, it's going to taper off, and you're back to baseline. But it hits each and every time, and it's a beautiful experience. Each time I want to push and be in an aggressive kind of mood with a little bit of that mood elevation in the background. So number 3, guys, got to give it to Psychopharma for Edge of Insanity. All right, guys, so we're down to the last 2 products, and these 2 are actually very, very similar on label. Obviously, slight differences, but I had to make a decision. And at number 2, we got Extremis Cartel El Jefe Guerilla, as my good friend Jake from Nutra Cartel calls it. I freaking love this one. It was reformulated earlier in the year. I heard the original version was great as well. Never got to try the original version, but it was, I wouldn't say reformulated. It was really tweaked, fine-tuned, if you will. They added 1 milligram of Alpha-O, which is not a crazy amount, but this one is just so well balanced. I love the original El Jefe pre-workout, the high stim version, the white tub. It is a great, great high stim pre-workout, not for everyday use. But this one here is definitely more of a medium stim kind of product. You can theoretically run it every day if you're a lunatic like me, but this one is just so clean. And it gives you such a good mood elevation, a positive feeling, but a get shit done kind of mentality where you're not going to really be chatting with people or walking around or whatever. You're very much in it to win it. You guys are going to be pushing hard on this one. You're going to feel good. The music's going to sound great. You're going to be a little aggressive. The caffeine content is not going to blow your head off, but it's definitely sufficient. You do have the 1 milligram of Alpha-O really giving you a kick in the ass to get you going. And there's no illicits in here, no Araya Genesis, nothing like that, but a good blend of crazy pump ingredients, nootropics, and I think it was like 2 or 3 forms of caffeine. It gets the job done. It is a clean product. It is a good product. It tastes really freaking good, and it earns the number 2 spot here on the list. El Jefe Guerilla from Extremis Cartel. And lastly, guys, we got the #1 spot on the list. And once again, it's a freaking trend, guys. Once again, we got to give it to AoL Nutrition for their F mediocre pre-workout. Guys, this one here is freaking crazy. I had to put this on the #1 list because it is such an amazing and consistent experience each and every time. First of all, the flavor is amazing, right? It comes in 2 flavors. I got the flavor that I wanted to get, the peach mango flavor. The other one is, I think, tiger's blood, which I'm generally not a fan of that flavor combination in general. So I'm really happy that I got sent this one out to review. I did an amazing review on this one. Went a little bit long. You guys can watch that on my reviews playlist. But this one here, first of all, the pumps on this one, out of this world. You don't have to stack anything on top of this one because you're going to have the most vascular kind of pump you can imagine on this one here. And it freaking hits each and every time. It's got a higher caffeine content. It's got the caffeine citrate in there, and I think 300 milligrams to really wake you up from the dead. So if you guys are coming in at 6 o'clock, you're getting home from work, long day, you're exhausted, you're driving all day, dealing with people, whatever, and you want something that's really gonna wake you up from the dead within 5 to 7 minutes, take you some F mediocre, and say no to mediocrity. Reject mediocrity, because this thing here is gonna put a rocket up your rear end and get you going. 2.5 milligrams of alpha yo, I think like a total of 500 or 550 milligrams of caffeine. I could be wrong, but definitely hovering within that vicinity. And crazy, crazy pump ingredients, nitrates, citrulline. This thing is freaking crazy, guys. Next level. And I specifically like the fact that there's no illicits in here. There is no Aurea genesis in here, but the alpha yo is going to give you its own kind of buzz and really give you an urgent state of being, give you a little bit of that fight or flight, but without giving you the nasty side effects that you would get from some alpha yo hitters where you're jittery or anxious or have elevated heart rate. No negatives, guys. It's definitely due to the fact that there's so much pump ingredients in here to keep everything flowing and keep it all balanced. This is a balanced pre-workout and an amazing #1 spot here on the medium stim list of 2024. So once again, AoL Nutrition takes the crown for their F mediocre pre-workout, coming in at the #1 spot. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, I do apologize for my voice being raspy, but I am dealing with a bad congestion, so hopefully it goes away within the next couple of days. We got 2 more lists to end off 2024 with, and I'm not going to spoil it, but you guys are going to have to stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to like the video, comment below for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, because I'm bringing you the hottest drops for the hottest products of 2024, 2025, and way, way, way beyond. Guys, follow me on Instagram at High Stim Ace for up-to-date news, behind-the-scenes looks of what's going on here on the channel, and giving you a couple of interesting things, a little behind the scenes in my life. So subscribe there, guys. Follow me at High Stim Ace. I will see you all next time for the next High Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody. High Stim Ace, signing off.